Well, my next guest has warned Democrats they better take Mr. Trump seriously because of his appeal to working-class voters like these miners. Michael Moore is an Oscar-winning filmmaker and director of Where to Invade Next, which is out Tuesday on demand on DVD and iTunes. Michael, great to see you again.
And poster boy of Fox News. Don't forget that.
That's right. Exactly right. You're practically the co-host here. Good to see you. So,
thanks for having me back.
What do you mean by that the Democrats don't take Trump seriously at their own peril?
Well, I've taken him seriously. I mean, I felt last fall that he would be the Republican nominee. I think that a lot of people just treat it as a joke. And yes, it's funny, and I laugh at all the jokes. But I would not. He says things. He goes to places where I'm from, like Michigan, Pennsylvania, Ohio, etc., and tells them that Apple should be building those iPhones in the U.S. and not China. That sounds very good to.
Goes to Syracuse, where I grew up the first 9 years, and says Carrier shouldn't be moving that plant out of Syracuse. Exactly.
Ford says they're going to move a factory to Mexico. He says, I'm going to put some big tariffs on those cars if you think you're going to bring them back in here.
So it's very appealing.
So yes, all of that is very appealing. I also don't think it's true. I also think that Donald Trump is a big believer in capitalism and free enterprise and the sort of thing that's driven us into the ground, this belief that you could just do whatever you want and it doesn't matter who gets hurt by it. And I don't really see him changing, but I think he knows he's been on TV. You know, I mean, he's a performance artist. He knows what to say, and he knows how to make this appeal.
You think it's BS?
I think it's, well, please, I don't use that kind of language. But yes, I think. Megan, come on, I know this is the flagship show of Fox News. I just want to go on the record. Well, we all know that.
I like the way you make me sound. Go on.
It is. Listen, just the fact you and I sitting here, we've lowered the age demographic by at least 36 years during this episode.
What do you mean? I'm ripping on my 100-year-old nana who wants the Kelly file.
No, they're very important. But I think Fox is going to go to commercial fairly soon, probably sooner than I expected.
Not at all.
And
the floor is yours.
They've got to sell something. And I just, listen, I think that everybody now is taking Donald Trump very seriously. Yep. And everybody who thought he was a joke last summer, no way is this going to happen. Right. So nobody should treat it like it's a joke now.
So as a Bernie Sanders supporter,
yes.
You know, I mean, do you believe that he's all but out?
Oh, no, I don't believe it's over.
You think he can still take the nomination?
Well, I think he's won 18 states. He's ahead in 6 of the last 9 primaries.
But mathematically, he's been ruled out.
That'll be 24. No, mathematically, he has not been ruled out. Plus, I think that there's 2 big elephants in the room with both Trump and Clinton. And we don't know what's going to happen between now and the convention because there are these issues. I think it was reported on the news earlier this evening that her personal assistant has now been interrogated by the FBI. They've given immunity.
So you're counting on the FBI primary to get your guys.
Well, no, I hope not. I'm with Sanders when he says enough with the damn emails. I don't care about the emails. I don't care about that at all. I'm just saying Trump is being investigated by the IRS. He's got these other things going on. Hillary has things going on. We don't really know. In this year of all years, how can you predict what's going to happen in the next few months?
Well, you can predict because, you know, I mean.
Nobody can predict Trump. And nobody could predict that a Democratic socialist would win 45% of the pledged delegates to this point.
Correct.
And ahead in the polls of the final 9 primaries coming up, he's ahead in 6 of them.
But you and I both know that the superdelegates are not going to let Bernie Sanders get this nomination. They're going to get behind him.
I don't know anything anymore.
So let's assume, I know it.
I
don't know.
Okay.
I'm not a pundit.
That's why you're the flagship show here.
That's what they tell me. So here's my question to you. So let's say it is Trump Clinton. As a Sanders supporter, but you know, a guy who understands the working class, has made some films involving them, is from Flint, Michigan. You understand? Could you ever get behind Donald Trump?
Only to help push him somewhere. Wait a minute, I can't say he has Secret Service protection now. I shouldn't say that.
You'd be the one getting pushed.
No, I would push him into a more gentle place, away from everybody.
So never Trump.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? No, this is.
There are some Sanders supporters. It's a small number who say they would consider Donald Trump.
This man eats pizza with a fork. All right. How could anybody in their right mind?
John Kasich.
No, that was Trump in a previous election.
I don't think Trump eats pizza with a fork. He's a lifetime New Yorker from Queens.
Well,
that's possible.
That's the problem here with Trump, isn't it? Because I've lived for 25 years between Michigan and New York. You know, I'm one of those people that summer here and winter in Michigan. I can't explain it.
And that means that one person.
Yes, right. But you and I know, because we've known Trump for how many umpteen years. I've been on shows with Trump back in the 90s. I mean, this is a guy who did support Planned Parenthood, who was for gay rights, who you know, yes, he was a big blowhard and he wanted his name on everything, but he also put the ice skating rink back in Central Park.
Right.
So you know, he's not what he's made himself out to be to these people who voted for him.
So then couldn't a guy like you get behind him?
No, his problem is going to be when he tries to walk back all the crazy stuff that he said. What's going to happen to all the people who voted for that crazy stuff?
You think they're going to abandon Trump?
I think Trump. I should say I hope that we see the biggest landslide loss ever when whoever the Democratic nominee is beats Donald Trump.
You know what they're banking on? That even though he might lose some women, he might lose some Hispanics, he might lose some young people, some African-American vote, he's going to make it up with the white working class, with the very region he's now touring through, Appalachia and elsewhere, because he's appealing to them and because Hillary Clinton has made some mistakes already, like the thing she said about, I'm going to put coal miners out of business.
Here's the math problem. 19%, that's all. 19% of the country are white guys over the age of 35. That's it. We only make up 19% of the country, and a number of those 19% are me. So he's got a big problem. 81% of the country is either female, people of color, or young adults between the ages of 18 and 35. He has offended each of these groups to such a significant degree that he can't win a majority of those groups, and they are 81% of the country. So the math isn't with him. But having said that, that what he has on his side is that Republicans, and this is one thing I admire about Republicans, they get up in the morning and vote. They will be at their polls at 6 a.m. My side, we only see 6 a.m. if we've been partying all night. You know, so it's like...
Does that happen?
Does what happen?
The partying all the night?
The partying all...
On the far left side?
I have photos if you'd like to see them.
No, I don't need to see that. No one needs to see that.
No, that's right. We are on a family network. But seriously, I think that the problem here is that my side, such as you want to describe it, and it's a crazy, wild, lots of different kinds of people on this side of the political fence, but we are the majority of the country now, and they know that. The other side knows that they've lost the culture war. Gays can get married. You know, people in most states can use the bathroom that they think they should be in. And
Trump is not the warrior to reverse any of that, nor does he pretend to be.
Well, that's why he's going to try to get a lot of people in the mushy middle to go with him, because he's going to walk back some of his craziness.
Well, what worries you, if anything, about Hillary? I mean, other than the FBI primary, what worries you?
That my fear is that if she was president, that we would find ourselves in another war. She voted for the Iraq War. You
think she's more of a hawk than Trump?
Oh, well, I don't know. I thought you were going to say more than Obama. She's more of a hawk than Obama.
Well, what did you think when you heard Trump saying, you know, Bush lied to get us into the Iraq War and knew about 9/11 before? I mean, that sounded like you.
Well, he didn't. Well, no, I don't think he said. I didn't say that. I was against the Iraq War. I turned out to be right. I was in a minority at the time, and I was lambasted significantly on a certain particular network.
Do you believe that Bush lied to get us into the Iraq War?
No, I believe that he was asleep at the wheel. I believe that he was.
You don't believe that there was conscious malfeasance to lie to lead.
He was incompetent. He received on August 6th, the month before 9/11.
I know, but
he received a report that said Osama bin Laden to attack the United States.
Malfeasance.
Yes. Do you want me to explain the difference to you?
No, I understand. Actually,
I have a dictionary in my back pocket too.
But because Trump at a debate actually accused.
You went to college.
George W. Bush.
I didn't.
Of willingly lying, of lying to get us into the Iraq War. And if you're not willing to go that far, it's interesting because you and Trump are further down the scale. He's farther down the scale to the left on that issue than you are.
Well, I would never call him on the left. What I think is that I think that Bush's administration lied about the weapons of mass destruction. I think they knew that those weapons were not there, and for that particular thing, they did lie about that.
Then you're not. He's not. He's tied with you on the scale. I got to go.
He is not anywhere near me, and I'll tell you. He's, you know, if everybody gets up at 6 a.m. on Election Day in November, He's not going to make it. Believe me, biggest landslide loss ever.
This is
Donald
the DVD,
Trump.
Where to Invade
Oh,
Next.
I know that movie. I made that movie.
Trump says you don't have to worry about this with him because he says he's the guy who doesn't want to start all these wars. I got to leave it at that. Always a pleasure, Mr. Moore.
Thank you for having me on, Megan. And listen, whatever you decide to do, you're like the LeBron James here at Fox News. You're a free agent, you know, year to year. I've read the gossip columns. You might be going maybe to ABC.
Oh, wow.
Whatever.
You know more than I do.
Yes, I know many things. One, that Trump is going to lose, and you won't be here for very long.
Oh, wow.
So
what have you heard?
Get a good agent, a good lawyer, and you're going to be fine.
All right, after you go, my guys are going to explain to me the LeBron James reference. Since they know I know nothing about
I
understand he's a very good basketball player, and that's about it.
The EMT now is on its way to Roger Ailes' office. Roger, I'm just kidding. She's staying.
Bye. It's over between us.
Oh, no.
Until the next time.
Until the next time.
Great
Thank
to
you
see
very much.
Thanks for being here.
All right.